Well, hello there. It's Robert Arthur joining you once again in the Facebook 101 series. And on this session, where I'm going to go over some of the proven questions as you qualify and sort and build rapport with your new friends and contacts online on Facebook. So let's jump right into the training here. First of all, I'm normally in Granbury, Texas. I'm doing this training from up in Iowa with my grandbabies and having a great time. So hope you enjoy the training. Again, we are veterans of the industry. It's been over 19 years now, and we're having some major success here with Facebook and the internet world. And it's just a pleasure to be with you today. Again, the VIP, as always, on these trainings is each and every one of you on this archive or on this training live. So thank you for being with us. Again, part of the whole system around Facebook or face-to-face or local or on the phone, whatever environment you're building your network, your organization, customer base, business partners in, there are some what we call IPAs, income producing activities, which help you build your business. This little circle here is for massive success and network marketing. Again, it's all about making the contact, connecting with people, truly listening, building that rapport, inviting them to take a look at your services, your products or your business, presenting, using the tools, either enrolling them or starting the whole follow-up process. Takes time with good people, and then training and duplicating the process with your team and with your captains, with your leaders. So we call this the cycle or circle of success, and thanks to George Ruiz, one of our dear friends and mentors, for that training. I want to remind you, people will join on any base. Again, when you're working Facebook, just as a reminder, some people will join after a few messages, they watch one of our videos, and they're off to the races. So first base, remember, don't assume you have to go through all the bases to enroll your people and start having massive success here. They will enroll on first base. They also will enroll on the phone, second base, as well as face-to-face, and then the whole follow-up process as well begins with your training and or as you continue to educate your prospects. So again, we have over 500 million peeps now and counting, and what a world to play in here, and what a field to be rounding the bases on. So it's quite fun. A simple Facebook formula is you're posting your daily content, you're posting about yourself and what you believe in, what you're passionate about. Then you begin to attract quality people. Then we connect with them on a daily basis. We're sorting, sifting, qualifying. We're working smart. Again, there's over almost a billion people now. You can afford to work smart. Remember, amateurs convince, professionals sort. Ask the questions which we're about to jump into and listen intently before you respond. Don't always lead and manipulate the conversations. Ask the questions and truly listen and read their response before you respond. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. So here are a series of questions. I do want to make a side note here that a lot of this training is based on a lot of the work I did with a gentleman by the name of Max Steingart, and I highly recommend his program as a foundation intensive series alongside whatever other training, including this, you do. Again, it's successway.com or Max Steingart, Steingart. So here are the series of questions that I found extremely helpful as once you establish that new friend, and the very first email you send to them after you edify and compliment them, obviously, is in talking to John. I would type in, John, what do you do? So do tell me about it. What do you do, my friend? And then say John is let's say he's a realtor. I might say, really? Well, what type of realtor are you? What exactly do you do? You work in the office? Are you in the field? Do you commercial? You do private, residential? If he's a massage therapist or she is, I might say, really, what type of modalities do you do? What does that look like? Do you work out of the studio? You do outcalls? Get to know the person. Then you really want to know what they do, how long they've been doing what their profession, their hat they're wearing, because for two reasons. If somebody has been, say, a realtor for maybe a year In most cases, they're either one of two. They're either on the one side of the field where it's their time to move on. They're not quite sure about it. It's been a tough road to hoe, and they're looking. Or they're just gung-ho, and they're still learning and evolving and super excited about what they're doing, and then it may not be the ideal time to lead with, going to your business. You might go right into your product line and the benefits there. So if they've been a realtor for 15, 20 years, and they own an agency, that's a whole different ball of wax. You might address it from a stress standpoint, energy, if you have products in the health industry or whatever your product line is, that may be your open door. Or you might go down the referral approach. Again, maybe they're ready to retire in a couple years and they need more income. So whatever that door opens up and looks like, you need to know how long they've been doing what they've been doing. And what's fun about this next question, if you truly want to find out some of the challenges somebody might see in their profession or kind of what they're all about, just ask somebody the question, my goodness, you must surely love what you do. And in most cases, the response, it's either going to be obviously two responses. One response, well, I like what I do, but I wish this and this and this were true. Or they respond and they're super upbeat and happy, yes, I love being a teacher. I just love my real estate profession. Then you got a super positive person. So it kind of opens up both doors. If they're super positive already about what they're doing, then you might slip into the approaching from a your product or service standpoint and open the door that way. Or you might find out what's truly missing. Maybe they love what they do, but they don't have any time freedom. Maybe they love their profession, but just don't have any time at all with the kids at home. Or maybe their wife or their husband, who's not doing, say, real estate or massage therapy or teaching, is now home with the baby looking for something, okay? And one really, I think, really effective way to find out what somebody is made of and what drives them is what led you into real estate? What led you into teaching? Really, so how did you get involved with this crazy profession of selling modern art? So again, just kind of abstract. So again, and then listen. And that will tell you a lot about what drives them and what their passions are. And then especially when you ask them, what did you do before teaching, before massage therapy, before real estate? Again, it opens up that door and you're getting to know all about them first and foremost. And this is a great question here. Once you find out more about them, what are a couple of the things that you would, if you could, change about what you're now doing? And they may say, well, nothing. I'm just super happy. Wonderful. And then you might go again into your product or service. Or they might say, well, again, no time. I need more income. Whatever. I could like to fire my boss. Whatever that is, you're going to get down to the nitty-gritty here with that new friend there. And the next question is, if I could show you a way to accomplish those changes, are you serious about acting on them? And they may say, well, not really. It's just right now is not a good time. I'm kind of coasting, or it's just not really a good time. They may say, yeah, I'm very serious about A, B, and C. Okay? And then are you familiar with, it can be network marketing, or it can be, say, the name of your company. It may be, are you familiar with internet marketing? Whatever direction you want to go in, it is very good to find out what their experience has been in the field that you're in or the product line that we represent. It'll save you a bunch of time. I know in my company, one of my niches is chiropractic. And sometimes I've spent several days with a prospect, and at the end of maybe 10 different emails back and forth, I finally realized that they are actually maybe already in my company or on my product line. And it wasn't smart use of my time. So I'm learning, if it is the niche and your product or service or your company is kind of really has been kind of on there, available online, and to the professionals that are engaged with that product or service, you might want to ask the question pretty early on if they're familiar with your product line or your service or your company. It will save you some time, I can tell you from experience. So Again, feel free to write these questions down. You might even want to pause your computer and print that sheet out and just have fun with these questions. What I do personally, I have a little binder and I have these leading questions right there in front of me as I meet and engage with my new friends online. Remember, just a couple tips here. Embrace the law of the harvest. Remember, this is all a process. This, especially the whole Facebook world. I mean, you can waste a lot of time or you can be efficient with your time. And so I do want to commend you for at least learning a proven system that's working without having to spend a ton of money and time relearning or reinventing the wheel. And by the way, Sinaloa simply means safety in numbers and law of averages. Just embrace the fact that it'll take a number of friends, a number of contacts on a consistent basis to find the pearls. And I'll tell you about the oyster story later. Needless to say, a lot of networkers tend to get the people that aren't a pearl, that are a clam or a mussel, and they put it up under their arm and hope and hope and hope to grow a pearl. Find the pearls. They're out there looking for what we have. Remember, we're looking for people in the looking zone and nobody else. And here are just some questions I wanted to share with you. Feel free to, again, if you're watching the video, go to the bottom. You can actually pause these videos and you can write some of these down. And if I were you, I'd even make a couple documents about these questions. I'll see if I can put up a couple documents on my archive page too for you. What company are you with? How long have you been with that company? How did you get involved? What did you do before? These are some fun rapport building ways to talk with other networkers. You might be careful with this scenario here because if you are brand new to the industry, you might focus on other things before tackling networkers and affiliate marketers. It opens up a whole new can of worms. So you might want to really invest most of your time with people not yet in the industry who are positive, outgoing, ambitious people. But again, it's up to you. If you want to dive right in, then do it. Here are some good questions for you. And here are some more good questions. I happen to be tied to a nutritional product line, so obviously in weight loss. So I definitely, if somebody is dealing with a product line, say cosmetics or jewelry or whatever, I can easily say, are you open to looking at a way to complement what you're doing? So whatever your product or service is, if that networker you're talking with doesn't deal with that particular product line, then that's a great entry or opening the door to that person. If not, you might walk down the path of the benefit of your product or service, and or if they're looking, if they're not happy, etc., with their current income. And sometimes we hear about the sad news that a company is just mismanaged or whatever, and here are some fun questions. I don't particularly go after these kind of people, but some people love to play in this sandbox, and if you do, then it can be very productive if done right. And again, it may take time and rapport building, to get these people looking and eventually on board your organization. So I'm not going to spend much time right here, but you can feel free to go back here, rewind the video, and here are some little daily action steps that are part of our system as we walk you through what we're doing with Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the end here. Sort, sift, and make a friend first, my friend. And that will lead to massive success. Again, it's all about sorting, sifting, qualifying, listening, asking the right questions, and working smart on Facebook. It's all about your attitude, and attitude of positivity. Your altitude will be determined by your attitude and your personal growth. So again, hope you enjoyed this training. Create an incredible day, and I'm here to help you onward and upward.